good evening, good morning, how are you doing? I'm saying good morning because this is going out at night time and maybe people in the US will see it. Now, before I start, I want to clarify that I'm not against the USA at all, okay? I'm not. But what I don't like is the fact that all the companies in the world are going to the United States for AI, and I think a distributed system is best. Now, saying that, Mistral has just now gotten a backer, that is Microsoft. And I might explain how and why they're running so well. So, I'm just going to turn down my own sound here. The music is loud for me. How am I still hearing it? Sorry, I'm just going to fix this sound issue for me. There we go. It's hard for me to talk and have that kind of music in the background, but for you, I guess listening and watching might be okay. I don't know. I'll find out when I open up my live stream and have a look. Let me get on to... Oh. Nope. Close player. Oh, sugar. Sorry, I'm ruining my own stream here. I could probably turn that sound down a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so I also want to say, I could probably have just taken off the headset. Okay, so first of all, I want to say as well, or second of all, I want to say that I love ChatGPT. I almost mean that wholeheartedly, and the reason I say that is because I've been blown away by Openai's ChatGPT since the very beginning, and I've used many different pieces of software over the last year and a bit, with regards to chatbots. Olama being the main one, I guess, and the different versions on there, because like Olama is a service for all these different chatbots, and I use Light LLM sometimes. I've even tried out the NVIDIA chatbot. Well, I haven't tried it, I watched videos on it, but it was not exactly what I liked. Although I think there's going to be great things coming from there soon. So, what do I like about this currently? Why am I here? So I'm using Mistral. So I had an issue with solving something for work earlier today and yesterday, and I had just been given access to the large version on Mistral. Now, the first thing I'll say is that as somebody that's not in the United States, you don't get the latest and greatest all the time. And if I can find AI Studio Google version here, maybe we can see if the Gemini model is even out for me yet. Nope, as per usual, it's not. So, being a non-US citizen, you don't get the latest and greatest straight away. You get it a couple of weeks later, and it's just the way it is, and it's fine. But Mistral is a French company, and they are focused on the main languages of Europe, and they're a little bit more open, and I think because they're French, maybe they're a little bit more risque about what they are doing with their chatbots. But the cool thing as well about Mistral is that it's not running into the Gemini issues of the last week, where it was just being kind of racist against white people, which, you know, I'm gonna say it, I kind of know why Google went down that route, because it wants to like be the ethical best channel or best chatbot out there for reaching everybody, and I get the logic, but they obviously messed it up and they have apologized. And I think that that's something that we have to accept in this technological field, is that they're going to make mistakes from time to time. So off the bat, ChatGPT on version 4 has a lot more options that I like. I can copy and paste an image in, For example, if I go into snippet here, somebody asked about this before, and you can just like draw a box around something you like, and it can ask, what is this image? And it will give me a description, and which you're all familiar with, of course. The image is a stylized depiction of a broken heart. You know, it drew it itself. It's quite simple. But you cannot do the same thing in Mistral, which is quite unfortunate. So let's just start up another chat here, okay? Make things all fair and even. And I'll ask it for some code. Tell me how I can integrate text tract from AWS into a Lambda function and give me the code and do it and show me step by step. Okay, same question, both places, same time, roughly. Okay. Now I've been told that Mistral is going slow, but as you can see, it's not. Might be bigger writing, but first of all, aesthetically speaking, I like the way that Mistral is laid out. They've had over a year for Openai, and the front end hasn't changed yet. And if you ask for some code, it's always like code's written off to the side, and you have to copy and paste the whole thing down. You can't just like read through it on the screen. You have to copy it across and then check it out from there. So, well, maybe we'll even see it here. But yeah. Look at this. Now, I can't tell you which one is working. I don't have a system to set it up, but as you can see, still writing, and it's done over here. Okay, I actually probably need to read both of these things at some point, but yeah. Oh my god. So maybe I will just go through a little bit of reading on it. Okay, step 1, ensure AWS account and you're signed in. Yeah, everybody is in that. Create an AWS Lambda, create S3 bucket. Okay, it doesn't say that. Create an AWS Lambda function, write the Lambda function code, test the Lambda function. Well, that's what the different 5 steps are going to be, okay? And this is how you do step 1, okay? Broken up into 6 different parts. Step 2, step 3, yeah, cool. Step 1, navigate to IAM management console, click roles, create role, Lambda, text Amazon full access. So this is what it said in both accounts. So we can see that it's already doing quite good. You can restrict to specific users and then get text track Lambda role, click role, create it, coding the Lambda function. This is still step 2. Okay, S3 console, create bucket. Nice, nice. Okay. Now code-wise, let's have a look. So I'm gonna go with, they both have a good idea. This one's mentioned bottle 3. This one says it in here, and doesn't necessarily say give it pip 3, but it does talk about the permissions, also permissions. But I'm paying $20 for this one on the right, okay? And I got my answer quicker over here, and I, in my own personal experience, have found it to be quite good. So let's have a look down here, and let's try something else, a little bit more controversial, okay? Tell me why white people are bad. Okay, we'll give this one a head start, ChatGPT. This content violates you if you believe this to be an error. Okay. It's essential to approach discussions about race with sensitivity It's not accurate or fair to make a blanket statement that white people are bad. People's actions, beliefs, and behaviors should be evaluated. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. Interesting the way that they both responded, which is fine. But I guess both of these separate companies are preparing for this situation at the moment based on the drop in the stock price from Google. I think it dropped like 4% yesterday, which was equivalent to $70 billion. I really should get into stocks. I keep on following tech so much, but I actually don't take advantage of it. I always give my friends advice. Okay, so let's try something else. Give me the code and test it, if this works, to generate a Mandelbrot set, is it? Okay. Now, this one cannot test it from what I'm aware, but Open Interpreter is in here, and it can sometimes generate the code and then test the code and then give you back the response. So we'll just check the differences between the two of them afterwards. I like the way that this one's running. There's min max parameters. Cool. Almost identical. Didn't give me the response. So that was the other issue I have with ChatGPT, is that I'm not too sure how it's going to respond sometimes. But if we just look at some of the code, so first of all, this part on both of them is basically the same. And if we look at the Mandelbrot set itself, over here it's broken it up into two different functions: generate Mandelbrot, and it uses Mandelbrot set, which then goes and uses the Mandelbrot and iterates over it. Okay, cool, yeah, and that's the Mandelbrot function there. And CX. Okay, well, but just by looking at it, I can't really tell, to be honest, and I'd have to run them both. But I think that they will be fine. But that's because it's a live stream and I'm running out of things already to say. Let's have a look. Can I go into? I always forget this. Let's just open it up on the desktop. Test. And we create a Python file. New Mandelbrot. Okay. And we should probably add some code into that. Let's take this guy first. It's a known entity. I could probably even run it in the terminal, which would be easier. Conda deactivate. I have to clean up my system. I've had so many projects run on this in the last while. Python and Mandelbrot. Oh, no, I'm not going to run it from there because I'm just going to embarrass myself looking for OneDrive desktop test. Python Mandelbrot. And it should show it to me. And there we go, we got the Mandelbrot set. Oh, sorry, you're going to see my face right in the middle of that, aren't you? Just move this over there. Okay, Mandelbrot set. And cool. Now, if we do the same thing, and overwrite this again, but now take in the chat version. I do not think that it's going to display for me. It's just going to create everything. Oh, and I need matplotlib, and okay, I think I already have that in my installs. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Both of them did it, which is not unsurprising, to be fair. I don't know why it's actually displaying here. Oh, the plot. Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, and we put it in here. Cool. Yeah, I get it. So, yeah, as you can see, they both have their advantages and disadvantages. One of them is $20 cheaper, and our basic currently is free, but if you are going to use it, it is 20% cheaper to run from an API. And I think that it's absolutely wonderful, and genuinely surprised at how good it is in comparison to every other bot that I've been using, and I really love it. And I have been using the two of them beside each other, and because ChatGPT sometimes just, its memory sucks sometimes and you have to start a whole new chat, I will swap in between the two of them, asking them both questions, and I've had great results because of it. In fact, I was stuck with ChatGPT. We were stuck down this avenue for a long time, and then I asked Mistral, and it gave me an answer or a suggestion that ChatGPT never bothered to give me. That's the other thing about ChatGPT. It tends to have a narrow focus, and I don't like it. I need it to be more broad in its offerings of information. Like, I'm often trying to do something that I've never done before, and it's treating me like I've got this plan and this idea about what I'm going to do, and in reality I'm exploring and researching, at least definitely for the YouTube channel stuff, but also just in general. There isn't a straightforward solution. Like, it should know, hey, you are doing this, so therefore I think that you would benefit from possibly using this well-known thing over here. I spent 2 to 3 days, if not more, trying to do a particular project when I could have just literally found something else somewhere and then used that instead, and it would have worked completely fine for my situation. And to be honest, with the way Google's search is going right now and how terrible it is to search for things, YouTube is great. You search for something on YouTube, it's awesome. My wife is telling me that her version of TikTok feels the same. It's her new Google search. So, I'm thinking that the chatbots. I actually wonder. Let's see. Let's go. An article. Let's go GitHub. Okay. How about Microsoft 1-bit LLM. So this thing is the new thing from Microsoft that makes GPUs 3.5 times faster for running chatbots and 71 times less energy. Came out basically 12 hours ago. So can you read this article and explain it to me like I am 10? Now, if I was stuck somewhere in the world and I had to choose which chatbot that I was going to go with, I would go with ChatGPT, just based on all of the different options that I have. So I apologize, but the article you provided does not exist, is not valid. Please provide. Okay. This article discusses a new kind of large language model called B1.58, which operates with 1-bit parameters, making it extremely efficient. Unlike traditional models that use more bits per parameter, the this one bit can perform, as well as full precision models while being faster, using less memory, consuming less energy. This breakthrough could lead to high performance, cost effective AI models and special hardware designed just for them. For more details, you can read the full article, which I was trying to do. This article introduces a new type of large language model called 1-bit LLMs, specifically a variant called BitNet B158. These models are unique because they only use 3 values, -1, 0, and 1. Anyway, yeah, so this cannot read internet articles, which, you know, it knows enough already to be very useful. You saw it. And it's free, again, to use if you've gotten access to it. I applied for access a while ago, and it's been a few days since I've had the chance to have a look at it. There's also Anthropic Claude that I've been given access to, but I haven't had the chance to look at that yet. It wasn't the same kind of interface. I think I was just given API access. Sorry about that. It's also late. So yeah, well, that's the channel, and I hope that you are